Welcome to another episode of History News, and we had just gotten a report about Spain, England, and France. They created an absolutism government so they could have unlimited power, and Europeans have believed that this would bring unity among the people. Did you know that there was a conflict between Spain and England that happened in 1588? Well, here are some details about the conflict. It is called the Spanish Armada, and it occurred in 1588, and the conflict started because of challenges that was going on between Spain and England, and Philip II was Spain's king at the time, so he made an army of 138 ships and 33,000 men, and then in 1586, Philip II started to plan to invade England, to which, when they invaded England, the ships were in crescent formation around England and the English Channel. Did you know that there was a conflict between Spain and England that happened in 1588? Well, here are some details about the conflict. It is called the Spanish Armada, and it occurred in 1588, and the conflict started because of challenges that was going on between Spain and England, and Philip II was Spain's king at the time, so he made an army of 138 ships and 33,000 men, and then in 1586, Philip II started to plan to invade England, to which, when they invaded England, the ships were in crescent formation around England and the English Channel. Alright, and the country that we are going to talk about next is England. Alright, and England had developed a strong monarchy, and England also had a Tudor dynasty, which was around from 1485 to 1603, and Henry VII was the first Tudor monarch in 1485, and he helped to rebuild England's commercial prosperity and encouraged the expansion of foreign trade. And then Henry VIII is Henry VII's son, and he was the second most powerful Tudor monarch, and his personal life had a lasting effect on England's history. And Elizabeth I became England's queen in 1558 at the age of 25, and she used her authority for the common good of the general public. And England had a parliament which had the power to plead, advise, urge, and withhold approval, but it didn't have the power to initiate legislation. And the Statute of Apprentices of 1563 controlled movement of labor and fixed wages, and it required people to live and work from where they were born. And the Poor Laws of 1597 and 1601 raised money for charities. Alright, last but not least, we are going to talk about France. Alright, and France had a monarchy which was abolished in 1848 and replaced with a republic, which it allows freedom of religion, and King Henry IV became France's king in 1589, and he was the founder of the Bourbon dynasty, and he believed that religion shouldn't interfere with government. And Louis XIII became king of France at age 9, and Louis XIV became France's king in 1643 at the age of 5, and he was remembered as the most powerful Bourbon dynasty, and he was also known as the Sun King, and he reigned for 72 years, which is the longest reign in Europe. Then Jacques Bossuet was France's leading church official, and he believed that nobody had the right to rebel. And you want to know a fun fact about France's tax system in the time of Louis X1V? The economic differences in France were affected by the taxation system. And if you're wondering how, then it's from the poor having to pay the most taxes, and then the rest of the people, they didn't have to pay as much taxes, and they chose to move to areas in France where there was less taxes, so they wouldn't have to pay as much on tax. And then the War of the Spanish Succession was from 1701 to 1731, and in England, the Netherlands, and Austria went against Spain, and the effect of it is that it increased poverty, and the Treaty of Utrecht of 1713 had brought peace.